Now on CoastTV News.
Christmas tree alternatives. That's what some people might have to start looking for if this drought continues.
Construction in Georgetown continuing to push forward.
New regulations for offshore wind and the animals that it could impact.
Well, our last mild day of temperatures in the 80s are now in the books, but now we're on day 26 of this drought, and we are starting to target a possible record of just how long it's been since rain has been in our neighborhoods.
This is CoastTV News at 5.
Delmarva's drought persists, and it could even hurt one holiday classic. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 5. We begin tonight with this drought stretching into new areas of Delmarva's economy.
If dry weather conditions continue to linger on Delmarva, it definitely could put a damper on your holiday plans. Let's take you to Don's Tree Farm in Greenwood. His most popular time of year? Oh yeah, it's quickly approaching. And while many tree farms are having to use irrigation systems for longer than expected, Don Hollowell's hopeful he can provide everyone their ideal tree for the holidays.
We're in good shape. We're in good shape. All these trees here, everything's got plenty of water. You get a tree like this, it's got a lot of roots. Even though there's not any moisture, it's finding moisture. If it wasn't, it wouldn't be alive. They're fresh.
Hollowell does say he's running his irrigation system much longer than he usually would this time of year.
And speaking of the drought, let's take a live look outside into the Rehoboth Beach area. Looks like a gorgeous day out there, but as you can see, not a lot of moisture in the air. We check in with our First Alert Chief Meteorologist, Paul Williams, for more on that.
Well, we have an interesting situation in that, we're just trying to migrate our way through the different modeling to see when we're going to get that first opportunity of some significant shower activity. And I'm glad things are okay for the tree farmer, but we're looking at the drought conditions to worsen. Bone dry situation, we have an increased concern for fire danger. As a result of that, we're on pace for the driest month ever. No rain chance for the next 7 to 10 days. And then we're back to feeling like fall because temperatures are about to drop. Now, days without rain. Now, we've gone 25 now on the 26th day without rain, and our record is actually 34. If we continue with this, by the time we reach Halloween, we could set another record for the amount of time that we've been without rain. So we're still in the severe to moderate drought stage. But coming up, Charlie, I'm going to be talking about how Hurricane Helene actually may have played a little bit of a role in our drought situation here.
Paul, we look forward to that. Taking a look from our coast copter, the new family courthouse in Georgetown on Route 9, it's making progress. Live in Georgetown is CoastTV News reporter Kevin Zappe. Kevin, the front is almost fully covered with brick.
Tremendous work is going on here, and if you take a look at the side of the building, you can see scaffolding is still up, but it looks like they're going to be adding some more brick. But if you move over to the front of the building, scaffolding is up, but it looks to be the bricks are all complete. And this is all thankful for businesses because they're excited for this project to finally be complete.
93-year-old Sis Bowie runs an antique shop with her daughter right across from the family courthouse being built in Georgetown. And with parking being a problem, she is glad to see construction is almost over.
It would be nice for the building to be over and complete, and then maybe things will change.
The construction of the new Sussex County Family Courthouse began in fall of 2022 and looks to be almost complete, with workers putting in some final touches on the outside. Throughout the building process, businesses along the strip have voiced concerns over parking, but some places say there's no problem at all. Restaurants told CoastTV with all the construction workers going out to eat during lunch, they haven't seen a problem. But others, like this antique shop, are excited to see some more open spaces.
I'll be glad when it's done, and I'm sure they will too.
Layering now looks more and more like bricks and mortar.
We're told this family courthouse will be complete by spring of next year. I'm Kevin Zappe in Georgetown, CoastTV News.
Kevin, thank you. Well, we've covered for years U.S. Wind's attempts to build hundreds of wind turbines off of the Delaware and Maryland coast. And now there are regulations for protecting marine life to an extent. The federal regulations from the government allow for, quote, 20 incidental takes, that's an important term, of marine mammals. Now, the government defines a take as harassment all the way to death. And people here on Delmarva, they have a lot of concerns.
It's already been proven the damage it does to wildlife, the noise factor, and just the fact that it disturbs the whole ecology.
Now, it is important to note that these rules go into effect January 1st, last 5 years. U.S. Wind does have to mitigate this when it can. And according to NOAA, at this point, there is no scientific evidence that offshore wind development has killed any whales.
But it does bring us right into our Coast TV poll. We want to know what aspect of U.S. Wind's project worries you the most.
Let's take a look at the results so far on your screen here. 43% say they're not worried at all, but 49% are worried about habitat disruption, noise pollution, and the long-term impact. Those are getting a little bit of the vote there.
I'd be curious to see what people have to say. You can leave a comment when you vote in the poll as well, but if you haven't voted, go to coasttv.com or use the Coast TV mobile app. The historic Cape May Lewes Ferry is getting a new addition to its fleet. The U.S. Department of Transportation gave a $20 million grant to the Delaware River and Bay Authority. Today at the ferry grounds, Delaware's congressional delegation celebrated this grant, which will replace one of the current diesel vessels with a new diesel hybrid ferry. The ferry says the new engine will significantly reduce carbon emissions, and the ferry will have modern amenities to improve service.
I think it is important because we have to cut down on pollution, the bars, the restaurant. I think it will draw more people to take the ferry, and they can come on board, get off in Lewes. It's good for the economy.
The new ferry is expected to be ready in summer of 2027.
You might remember our story recently on a number of tents set up on Route 1 in Lewes for the homeless. This is at the site of the former Troop 7 building. As we reported, the tents on the property have been set up under the name Theros. We interviewed Mike Agnew, who runs Code Purple at the Cape. The parent company, Love Inc. of Mid-Delmarva, that runs Code Purple overall, has made it clear that this new tent pop-up is not under their purview. The camp will exist for 45 days, as we reported, and after that, the people in Theros will move to a shelter for the winter.
With less than 2 weeks now until Election Day, many Americans have already decided who they want to be president. Early voting is underway, and a new data showing more than 20 million ballots have already been cast. That's according to data from 47 states and the District of Columbia. Polls continue to show there is no clear leader in the race for the White House.
And the presidential candidates are taking no days off ahead of Election Day. Neither are their critics. NBC's Bree Jackson shows us how making headlines today is former President Trump's longest-serving chief of staff.
Former President Trump coming under fire from another past member of his administration. In a series of New York Times interviews, Trump's longest-serving chief of staff, former Marine General John Kelly, ringing alarms about his former boss's leadership style.
He's certainly an authoritarian, admires people who are dictators. He has said that. So he certainly falls into the general definition of fascist, for sure.
In a statement, the Trump campaign accusing Kelly of fabricating the story, stating he has totally beclowned himself, while claiming that the four-star general suffers from Trump derangement syndrome. Vice President Harris also reacting and warning about possible dangers of a second Trump administration.
Those who once tried to stop him from pursuing his worst impulses would no longer be there. We know what Donald Trump wants. He wants unchecked power. The question in 13 days will be, what do the American people want?
Harris is facing tough questions about her past comments, including her defense of President Biden's poor debate performance that triggered calls for him to drop out of the race.
It's a judgment question. That's why I ask. Can the American people trust you in these moments, even when it's maybe uncomfortable for Americans to level with Americans in that way?
I have worked with Joe Biden, hours and hours and hours over these 4 years, whether it be in the Situation Room or the Oval Office.
both candidates facing increased criticism and pressure as Election Day nears. In Washington, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
And next week, please tune in to Coast TV News for our preview week coverage of the election. We have exclusive candidate interviews locally here you do not want to miss. Our Decision 2024 preview week kicks off on Monday.
A reminder that tonight, the Delmarva Sports Network is going to air the Governor's Challenge Selection Show. That's at 8 p.m. The show is a big reveal for all of the local and national teams that are going to play in the Governor's Challenge basketball tournament. It is the largest holiday basketball tournament in the country. It is held December 26th to the 30th at the Wicomico Youth and Civic Center. Still ahead, a new virtual learning plan for when there's snow days at Somerset County schools.
And bone-dry conditions continue in Delmarva with no signs of any rainfall. We'll see a big temperature drop over the next day, and I'll break down the return of fall temperatures in my full forecast in moments.
First, Delaware's electric car future, the state's official goal to put more EVs on the road. Up next.
Did you know that more than half the air you breathe originates from your crawl space? So keep your family safe with the Crawl Space Ninja system, the ultimate solution for all your crawl space needs. Crawl Space Ninja, working fast, clean, and precise to create a worry-free crawl space to keep your family healthy.
Coming out of COVID, the cost of everything has gone up. I am an independent. Larry Hogan, being a Republican in a Democratic state, he represents Democrats, he represents Republicans, he represents the people of Maryland. He has a common sense ideology. He wants to cut back on the taxes, cut back on the bridge tolls. Those are what's affecting us on a daily basis. He wants to see the people of Maryland successful and financially secure.
Stand with Governor Hogan. Join our team by donating today.
I'm Larry Hogan, and I approve this message.
There's DNA. Then there's heavy-duty DNA. HDNA. It's engineered into every aspect of the GMC Sierra HD. With the pulling power to prove it. Tow hitches of the world, prepare for glory. Get 3.9% APR on 2024 Sierra heavy-duty models. We are professional grade GMC.
At All Mobility, we keep you moving. Whether it's wheelchair accessible vans, scooters, home ramps, or lift chairs, we've got the perfect mobility solution for you. Our experts will help customize options to fit your needs and lifestyle so you can stay independent and active. Scooters, ramps, vans, and more. Get moving with All Mobility. Come see us today or schedule a home consultation. allmobilitystore.com.
At Crawl Space Ninja, we take healthy to a higher level using chemical-free soda blasting method that removes mold without the use of any harsh chemicals. Completely safe, environmentally friendly. Crawl Space Ninja, working fast, clean, and precise to create a worry-free crawl space to keep your family healthy.
This is Coast TV News at 5.
Delaware is pushing its electric vehicle infrastructure plan forward. Chief among that are proposed regulations that would require 35% of new cars sold in Delaware to be zero emissions by the fall of 2025. There has also been much debate around the state regarding the addition of new vehicle charging stations. Tonight, there's a public meeting to present an EV infrastructure plan. One auto shop owner says an electric vehicle future is not realistic for some areas of the first state.
I don't see how it's going to be viable in a small town like this, because you're going to be limited to where you're going to put charging stations, the affordability of putting the charging stations in, who's going to pay for them, and how is it actually going to work?
Now that's part of the topic tonight, and those regulations that we're referring to, they do refer back to 2022.
Also important note, Delaware Republicans called for a reevaluation of the proposed regulations due to concerns over cost, government overreach, and the availability of chargers. The meetings will be held on Zoom. One is coming up at 6 p.m. You can find the link to join on CoastTV.com.
Taking a look at your Bay forecast, we're looking at sunshine, but cooler conditions, 69, then 68 for Thursday, Friday in Cambridge. We'll start warming back up yet again with a few more clouds, staying breezy in Crisfield. But the bottom line is we need rain. Well, I'm going to show you why Helene might have a little bit to do with why we're in such a dry spell.
In Washington, they talk, but in Delaware, Sarah delivers.
Sarah McBride helped raise the minimum wage.
She got paid leave for workers.
She got Democrats and Republicans to work together.
We're all in for Sarah.
Carpenters, bus drivers,
Nurses,
sheet metal workers.
Sarah sees us.
and she respects us.
I'm Sarah McBride. I approve this message because anyone who works hard should be able to make ends meet. That's why I'm running for Congress.
When choosing windows and doors for your home, at Pella, it's your choice. We manufacture maintenance-free vinyl, fiberglass, and wood-clad windows and patio doors, all with lifetime warranties. High performance, energy efficient, and loaded with options to help make your house your home. Industry-first features and benefits make living easier and increase your home's value. Visit our Experience Center or call us today to schedule your free in-home consultation, where we bring the showroom to you.
Looking for a beautiful area rug that'll make your room come to life? Visit the Rug World at Johnny Janosic. Our rug experts and professional design team will help you find the perfect rug for your home. Choose from our exclusive selection of fine handmade area rugs from around the world in any size and any style at prices you can afford. Transform your room with the right rug from the Rug World at Johnny Janosic World of Furniture and Mattresses in Laurel, Dover, Wilmington, and Christiana.
As I get older, I was getting a little off balance. Got recommendations for baths by Bicep Brothers. I love my shower. It's perfect for me. My favorite part was probably how quick and easy it was. They came in the morning and they were done by afternoon. I definitely wanted the grab bars. They also put the seat in, which was very nice. The wand is good, especially if you're sitting. So much safer to get in and out of now. It seems like my showers are quicker that way. So it's perfect.
We know Angela Alsobrooks got caught taking illegal tax breaks, owing $59,000 in back taxes.
And she's now getting a deal. No penalties and a 25% reduction in interest.
Now the New York Times reports Alsobrooks lied on official mortgage documents, and Alsobrooks was sued twice for not paying her bills. Thousands in water, sewer, and other expenses. What scandal will they report next? Maryland's Future is responsible for the content of this advertising.
We are in the midst of a possible record-breaking drought and been doing a little bit of studying here, and there might be an interesting correlation between the path of Helene and the areas that are suffering from drought. I'll show you that evidence in just a moment. Our Hershey's exterior camera, Ocean City, still beautiful skyline, lack of rain, and the winds pushing out of the south will settle into the lower 60s with a few clouds moving into the area by the 9 o'clock hour. Here's where the temperatures are. We're at 80 in Redden, 76 Milton, 77 for St. Georgetown, and 76 right now in Delmar. All temperatures above the norm for this time of the year. And the winds are right now pushing out of the south, and we're awaiting for a cold front to push through that's going to push us back to fall-like temperatures. And speaking of the winds, we have newly issued small craft advisory along the coast, meaning that watching out for 25-mile-per-hour wind gusts. But not just for Sussex, but the entire Delmarva Peninsula, something to kind of keep in mind, because that additional wind will help dry conditions become even drier. But the big story is obviously the drought, so much so that we have a fire weather warning to our north. We have a fire weather statement for our immediate area. But let's talk about that dry air and that dry pattern. We have this cold front that's pushing through, but even as it begins to make its way through the Ohio Valley region, it's not really giving us an opportunity for much in the way of rain and precipitation. Now let's talk about Helene. If you remember Helene, just as a reminder, when it made landfall, it tracked through Georgia, western portions of North Carolina, and then it kind of settled and spiraled and fell apart throughout the Tennessee Valley region. Now this is the area of rain that was covered. So this is where we had the majority of and still the recovery effort is still ongoing. But notice the cutoff right here. See that rain from Helene? Now, just north of that, that's where we are dry right now. And this entire part of the country continues to stay dry. So by default, we may be in a drought by default, because this is the flip side of dealing with Helene. Remember, with the atmosphere, when one hole opens, another one closes. And so this is interesting when you take a look at the correlation between the two. We're still in the midst of a 6 to 10 day drought that we're expecting. And as you begin to kind of search for the rain in our neck of the woods, we're like getting close to 3 inches of rain shy for just the month alone. And that's just for the month. For the year, it's over 5 inches or a little bit more. We're in the midst of severe to moderate drought throughout our immediate area. And as we take a look at the overnight lows, we're going to be in the 50s. Now, we're still going to have fall-like cool that's going to push through when that front finally pushes through, but it's not looking like it's going to produce much in the way of rain. We stay clear and sunny. Beautiful looking day, and the winds out of the north will make a dry situation even drier. We'll have breezy conditions as well, but temperatures in the 60s, 69 to 68 degrees, Vienna and Cambridge, and we're looking for upper 60s to low 70s throughout the most southern portions of our viewing area. The winds are going to be a bit of a concern because they're going to be pouring out of the north up to 26 to possibly 30 miles per hour out of the north. Quick look at our Sea Witch Festival expectations. We're going to have temperatures bouncing back into the 70s. And finally, here's a look at your Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodel extended forecast. Now, we're going to warm back up on Saturday, but look at this. We're going to drop like a stone again Sunday morning going into Monday as we begin to tinker with the 30s.
Thank you, Paul. Tonight on DSN at 8, it's the 2024 Governor's Challenge Selection Show. Then at 10:30, the final score. And here are your DSN Plus exclusives. It is all-girls high school volleyball. Right now, Delmarva Christian hosting the Red Lions. Also right now, Snow Hill at Pocomoke. Then at 5:30, Queen Anne's is home with Kent Island.
We salute Jason Lee, a proud Delmarva native from Seaford. Jason has served his country with honor as a former United States Marine and Iraq War veteran. Transitioning from the military to media, Jason has made a significant impact in radio. Today, he captures the hearts of the outdoors community as the host of Outdoors Delmarva. Beyond his professional life, Jason is a devoted father, an avid musician, and a lover of life's simple pleasures, like a good cup of coffee, the sound of the ocean, and spontaneous road trips. We salute Jason Lee for his service, both in uniform and in spirit, as he continues to inspire and entertain his community.
Spicer Brothers and CoastTV are honoring military persons and first responders serving Delmarva. If you have a family member, friend, or community member that you would like to nominate for a CoastTV salute, go to coasttvsalutes.com.
Has your kitchen remodel been on the back burner?
Move it forward now and take advantage of our biggest kitchen sale of the year.
Paul Davis can restyle your kitchen for half the cost of a traditional kitchen remodel. Get all new doors, drawers, and hardware without any major demolition. And the best part is, it's done in as little as 3 days.
We'll bring the showroom to you as soon as tomorrow and give you an estimate that day.
Call now to get $1,500 off, plus free hardware and no payments, no interest for 12 months. Call Paul Davis,
the restoration and remodeling experts.
Weather is sponsored by Paul Davis Restoration, your storm damage experts, here to help now.
Hey Delaware, Bet Rivers and Harrington Raceway and Casino are bringing betting on football to your phone. From props and parlays to the spread and the money line, it's all on your phone and it's all a touchdown. Plus, right now when you sign up, you'll get a second chance bet of up to $500. So huddle up with Bet Rivers and Harrington Raceway and Casino to place your football bets on the go. Download the app today.
Seen these attacks? They're not true. The Republican billionaires paying for them know it, and Larry Hogan does too. So why does a group of billionaires from outside Maryland care so much about our Senate race? Because they want power, and they know Larry Hogan will give Republicans control of the Senate. They'll pass trillions in new tax breaks for big corporations and the wealthy. But you know who they don't care about? You. I'm Angela Also Brooks, and I approve this message.
As temperatures drop, FH Fur invites you to be part of something truly heartwarming, our Fall into Comfort Toy Drive. Through December 15th for only $29, the experts at FH Fur will perform a comprehensive heating system inspection, ensuring your home stays snug through the chilly months ahead. The best part? 100% of the proceeds will go to the United States Marine Corps Reserve's Toys for Tots. Schedule your heating inspection today with FH Fur.
877-CALL-FUR. FHFur.com.
I'm proud of you, son. Thanks, Dad. That means a lot. This home wouldn't be possible without the foundational life lessons you taught me. Call Dry Zone. What? To protect your crawl space. This is Delmarva, son. Just like your life, your home's foundation needs a dry crawl space. Call Dry Zone. They're the oldest and the best. Just like you, Dad.
Protect your largest investment with Delmarva's local choice, Dry Zone, the oldest and the best.
Brought to you by Dry Zone, your local crawl space experts.
Somerset County Public Schools will be converting snow days into virtual learning days. District officials announced the new virtual instruction plan for the current school year. Under the plan, students would learn from home for 4 hours out of the day. District officials say the plan aims to keep kids learning and keep the end of the school year from being extended with makeup days. Some Somerset County neighbors have mixed opinions.
Feel like they should bring their homework or tablet home and do their work and stuff.
I think in person is much more appropriate for children to learn, to be able to get the feel of the classroom.
District officials say while the virtual plan will take effect after the school system is used, that's after they've already used those built-in weather makeup days.
Heading to consumer news, the federal government issued a $50 million fine against American Airlines. The multi-agency investigation uncovered repeat violations of rules designed to protect airline passengers who use wheelchairs. The investigation, led by the Department of Transportation, found American mishandled and damaged thousands of wheelchairs and failed to provide adequate assistance to disabled passengers. Coming up, these puppies looking for a loving home at the Fall Festival this weekend. How cute is that? Stay tuned on CoastTV News at 5.
When I asked for your vote 3.5 years ago to be your Sussex County councilman, I pledged to you that I would work aggressively to manage residential development in our community. I spearheaded an increased buffer ordinance, which is now law. During my 3.5 years on county council, I have also been actively involved in saving almost 2,000 acres of land in our community, which will never be developed. I ask for your vote on November 5th so I can continue the fight.
Welcome to First State Chevrolet, your commercial truck headquarters on Route 113 in Georgetown. We carry the full lineup of Chevrolet medium-duty trucks and low-cab forward models. Our sales staff is professional and ready to earn your business.
Save up to $19,000 on this 2024 low-cab forward dump body.
Save up to $16,000 on this medium-duty dump truck.
Stop in or find us on the web at firststatechevy.com.
We are First State Chevy in Georgetown, where we put you, the customer, first. Together, let's drive.
As a math teacher, Matt Meyer knows that Delaware's tax system isn't adding up. So he has a plan to fix it. Give middle-class families a tax cut, invest in schools, and lower costs. But Mike Ramone's plan gives tax breaks to the ultra-rich, which could cut education by nearly $175 million. Matt Meyer knows these numbers don't add up. He'll make state taxes fair so families can get ahead. Vote Matt Meyer for governor.
Get ready, Delmarva. Excitement and incredible savings have arrived at Gateway Subaru. Save up to $3,200 on a new 2025 Subaru Outback with financing rates as low as 1.9% for 48 months. Or save up to $2,300 off a new 2024 Subaru Crosstrek with financing rates as low as 1.9% for 48 months. And be among the first to drive the all-new 2025 Subaru Forester. Stop in and reserve yours today. Gateway Subaru, just minutes from the beaches in the heart of Delmarva. Higher standards.
Welcome to Beach Barrels. No matter where you're from, everyone is a local. Fun times and good vibes await with a wide variety of craft brews, plus our award-winning Primo Hoagies made fresh daily. Dance the night away at the best live music venue in Ocean City. And there's never a bad seat to catch your favorite sports team. Dine in or relax on our outside deck with comfortable seating and beautiful palm trees for a cozy, tropical atmosphere. Beach Barrels open 10 a.m. to 2 a.m. at 132nd and Coastal Highway.
Best story of the day. If you want to find a furry friend, a forever home while enjoying Halloween fun, just go to Bethany Beach this weekend. On your screen are just a few puppies that will be up for adoption at the Wags Witches and Warlock Festival on Saturday. That event kicks off at the bandstand there in Bethany at 8 a.m. with, sounds great for us, Paul, puppy yoga.
My favorite things. All right, Ronald Cohen, you're our winner of our umbrella giveaway. Congratulations. Keep up with your forecast by calling our line. Sponsored by the law offices of Baird, Mandalas, Brockstead, and Federico. And finally, here's a look at your exclusive 10-day forecast. Remember, we become real chilly Sunday night going into Monday and really warm or downright hot on Halloween.
Thank you, Paul, and thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News at 5.
For more news, more local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
Inside Edition is up next.
And we'll see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 6. Have a great evening.